Hey all, Chris Bassett here, and I'm going to be doing a solo strategy for Bay of Drowned Wishes, the Legend Lost Sector. Let's get into it. This Lost Sector is found in the Dreaming City, Devillian Mists. It's right there as soon as you load in, it's directly behind you. If you're having trouble finding it, there's a few stipulations. You need to be high enough light level, you have to have completed the Lost Sector on normal at least once, and then it has to be that day that the Lost Sector's featured in the rotation. I'll put a link in the description to the rotations and when the Lost Sectors are legendary. So let's talk about the setup. For survivability, I like to run the Nightstalker on my Hunter. The Mobius Quiver gives you a pretty good damaging super. Marksman's Dodge allows you to dodge and reload your weapon. I use Triple Jump. Snare Bomb can stun enemies. Vortex Grenade is the most damaging. Stylish Executioner and Vanishing Step for extra invisibility. Echo of Remnants gives you extra duration on your grenade. Undermining weakens enemies. Persistence is extra time to invisibility. And then Obscurity is finishing invisibility. So really, you don't even need to use your Sparrow because it's right there, literally, like directly behind you. Just jump up on this rock, and then you can see the Lost Sector painting on the rock. So if this is your first time running it, you have to do it on normal. So I'd go down through that tunnel, complete it on normal, and then if it's the correct day, you'll have access to the legendary version. So let's talk about weapon setup. There are a couple unstoppable champions and then a couple overload champions, so make sure you slot those into your arms. And that'll give us 4 options for weapons: auto rifles, submachine guns, hand cannons, and pulse rifles. So if you're looking for the ideal setup, you're going to want to fight at range during this Lost Sector. I'm using the hand cannon from the Crucible, the Survivor's Epitaph. Syncopation and Crate are both good pulse and auto rifles, respectively. I'll be using the Hard Light because it has no damage fall off and it can switch between the Arc Burn and Void Shields. Crisis Inverted and Bottom Dollar are both hand cannons. You definitely want a hard-hitting heavy weapon for this one. I tried running a machine gun and it just didn't have the muscle, so you're looking at burst DPS like rockets or linear fusion rifles are going to be your best bet. And since I'm running a rocket launcher, make sure you slot in Rocket Ammo Finder and Scavenger. If you are looking for those mods, Ada 1 at the tower sells them. They rotate daily, so make sure you check in. So this Lost Sector is basically a big open area with very little cover, so you're going to need to play it safe and play far back. So start off by cleaning up these ads in the front here, and then all the way in the back you can see the Unstoppable. You can take cover behind this rock. He shoots arc electric lightning out of his hands, so too much damage and you'll die. Pull out your hand cannon, briefly aim down sights for a second, till you see it says it loads Unstoppable Shot. And then once he's stunned, then you can burst him, so rocket or linear fusion rifle. The heavy attack on a sword would also work if you're feeling brave enough to get close within melee range. I think you have about a 5-second window that they're stunned before they recover and then start attacking again. So this beginning part has these mines that if left alone, they'll explode in a field that'll slow and disorient you. So shoot them a couple times if possible to disable them. So I just hug the wall for cover, load the Unstoppable Shot, stun the champion, oops, no rockets, but dodge reload, and then double rocket him and he's dead. If you can't shoot 2 rockets in succession, you'd shoot a rocket, switch to your hand cannon, stun him a second time, and then reload and shoot your second rocket. It's just a little bit slower. So be mindful, on this ledge up here is a void shielded sniper. You'll want to kill him before he kills you. So I am playing a little reckless out in the open. There are squeebs, which are the enemies that explode. They'll be spawning in over to the right, so I should be watching that side so I don't get caught off guard. Because when the squeebs explode, they blow their blue juice all over your face and it really hurts. Here, case in point, dead. So yeah, having an arc resist mod into your chest armor will help negate some of that damage, but really with it being arc burn, it's going to be a one-shot. So I'm pretty sure the squeebs just spawn infinitely until you deal with whatever champion or boss is in the vicinity. There's a champion up ahead over the ridge here that I'll get to in a second. He's kind of hiding behind cover, and I'm just taking out some of the ads so I don't have to deal with so many all at once. Be careful not to be overrun by the Scorn enemies. They swing like flaming lanterns, and it'll do AoE damage to the ground, cause you to burn over time, and it actually hits really hard. So you can see the Overload champion in the back. He's kind of taking cover behind some rocks, so he's being difficult, hard to hit. And then he keeps spawning these turrets. Turrets come in different elements. I think there's like a fire turret, which is right there below me. There's like a gravity turret that like holds you in place. And then there's like an invincibility turret, which makes the enemies invincible. I want to say that one's purple, and yeah, you want to take that out as quickly as possible because it'll put a white shield over the enemies, and then you won't be able to do damage to them until you destroy that turret. So I'm going to try to stay low to the ground, no jumping, use the rocks as cover, and then just kind of approach slowly so the squeebs don't overrun me, and then I can damage the Overload. Once he's stunned, you'll hear like an audible noise, and then you can use a rocket linear fusion. Now, do be careful to your left. There's another champion that'll be coming up the hill, so you want to watch, be mindful of him. I'm taking out the squeebs, and then I get caught off guard. So I kind of panic super once I find out what's going on. If I was planning it a little more carefully, I'd pull out my hand cannon, and then I'd stun him, and then use a rocket. I think I'm running a tier 5 intellect on this build, and intellect helps with super recharge. So in the 15 minutes that it takes to run one of these lost sectors, you should get 2-3 supers. I think I used my second super on the boss. And now that the champion's dead, the barrier drops and you can proceed forward. So you have to deal with a champion in this room as well before you can get the boss to spawn in. Up on this ledge is going to be your best bet for safety. If you stay up here, most of the enemies will stay down, but you'll have a few that jump up, and you can easily deal with them just by backing up. If you do decide to jump down, use the rocks as cover. I hop down to grab a purple ammo brick so I can get some rockets. There is a new perk on weapons called Shoot to Loot, where shooting an ammo brick picks it up and automatically reloads all your equipped weapons from reserves. Could be beneficial in a situation like this. So like before, the Overload is going to spawn in turrets that you have to deal with, as well as there'll be ads that spawn in. So the similar strategy where you want to try to burn them down as quick as possible. I'll hit him with a rocket, switch to my auto rifle to stun him, and then finish him off with another rocket. If you don't get that stun in there, they can recover all the health and all the damage that you've done to them. So I see all the ads and I hightail it and I run. Like I'm not dealing with all these ads. Throw down a vortex grenade. Vortex grenades are great because they pull all the enemies inside and then damage them. With the update to the Void subclasses, any class can now have access to a vortex grenade. So whether you're a hunter, warlock, or titan, you can use that style now. So the Scorn spawn in that swing those flaming lanterns and cause that damage. I see the Overload also come in, so I see the opportunity to use a finisher, go invisible, and then I can kind of scout out the area, let my health recover. I see the Overload's hiding behind that rock, and he's being difficult to deal with. So trying to get him to stun here, and then I'm taking damage from long range. So I decide to pull back. I think I'll hop up on this ledge and then deal with him from up here. So the smaller enemies will follow you up here. So you can just keep retreating if they do start to push too hard. But the boss and the champions, they'll stay down below. So ideally, just be patient up here. The rest of the ads will come up here. And then once you kill all the ads, then you can deal with the boss one-on-one. So you just wait it out. And then when you're ready to go, this would be the time to either use your damaging super. I'm just going to rocket him. And then once he's dead, everything else despawns. You get the cash code, and then you can go collect your loot. So yeah, good luck to everybody getting the exotics that you want. Hey, check out this other video right here. Links in the description to save some money, so check those out. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. If this was helpful, hit the like button. Thanks.